When I said like we're just gonna do this every week, and then I went dead for about half a year, or at least a couple months. I gotta finish reading the storybook. Decision time. June 3rd. It is now September 11th. Alright. This one's a little ahead. No, this one's the one. Decision time. Wake up, Cinders! Does every day have to start with us having to wake you up personally? Sophia, rise and shine, sis. I like how they sound evil in my brain just because they're stepsisters. Cinders, what is it? Oh, is it morning already? Someone had an eventful night. I've had the strangest dream. At least I think it was a dream. Or maybe. There's no need time to discuss dreams, Cinders. We're leaving. Huh? What time is it? Time when only strumpets and their johns are up and about. Sophia, that was vile. That was the truth. It's barely sunrise and I should be fast asleep. Don't expect me to prance like some deranged pony just because there's some big ridiculous party coming up. Why did you have to get up then? What It's not ridiculous. I mean, there are preparations to be made, and we should be taking them seriously. Excuse me. We had to get up an hour ago. We need to get those dresses corrected, and who knows how much time that will take. Oh yeah, the grand ball. That's what I said after months of not playing this game. Come on, we need to go now. Yes, I'm coming. Cinders will be gone for the rest of the day. The house will be left under your supervision. Do you think you can manage yet? Don't be dense. Of course she can manage. There are more well-oiled cogs in that pretty head than yours and mine combined. Or maybe just yours. Now let's move. I can manage things for one day, Gloria. Don't worry. Alright. We're going then. Bye. Toodles. Have fun. Everybody's gone except me. Back to their important businesses, plots, and grand balls. Why would they care about what I may want? It's just poor little Cinders, no one important. What could such a meek creature do but just sit and whine, and then comply? Well, not this time. Today's going to be different. It's the first day of the rest of my life, and it's high time I made some changes. I don't know yet how, but I'm going to that ball, and I'll make their jaws drop. And when I get back, everything is going to be different. Up until now, I've only waited. Heaven knows what for. Complaining and whining didn't get me far either. Also a surprise. So I start acting reasonable. I'll have an aim and I will achieve it. I will make the changes happen. I need to show Carmosa, Gloria, and Sophia I can accomplish great things when I put my mind to it. It won't be easy, but let's face it, it would have no value if it was. No plan though. Or at least dressed in a way to get into the ball. The rest I can just wing. She likes talking to herself. Both Madame Haiti and that creature from the lake offered to help me when I finally know what I want. That creature from the lake. I swear, it's like I have two fairy godmothers. Having help is a nice change though. A sign that tables are already turning. So whose word should I trust? To whom would be better indebted? To whom would it be better to be indebted? Who's less likely to mess it up for me? Sorry, man. I gotta go with the ferry. Madame Haiti's offer seemed genuine, maybe even honest, but she seemed dead set on getting what she wants no matter what the cost. The godmother dilemma. I gotta choose between two godmothers. And hell knows what that is when it comes to me and my future. Not that the fairy is too comprehensible or predictable. There is no gain and no improvement without some sacrifice. And at least with the fairy, the accomplishment will be great, and the sacrifice will be nobody's but my own. Let's not be too hasty. I just remembered what the captain said about the father's last will. If it really exists and I could find it, then things can turn out quite interesting. And since Carmosa was so kind as to leave the house and her study unattended, I don't think it's going to be in her room. I'm just going to go. Forget it. I'll have enough leverage soon. Plus, I have a fairly good idea about where should Carmosa stick her dirty little secrets. Off I go then, to find the one who cannot be found. I think that's how they used to call the little folk in the old tales. I do hope she decides to show herself. Let the magic begin. Diddle, 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 diddle. One right to the forest. So the real question right now is, how am I going insane? Am I going insane? Strange, majestic creatures appearing from nowhere, claiming to know my mother. Fairies changing the fate, and me in the middle. I'm going to be like these old ladies with a bunch of cats, a pointy hat, and warts on the tip of their noses who claim to be attuned to magic. That is what I was going to say. He kind of sounds like a witch. Right? I shouldn't think too much about it. Let's just go and see if I'm insane or not. Hello? Is anyone here? This feels a bit silly, but I have no choice. I have to get to the palace and go to the ball. If you're here, please show yourself. I need your help. Oh, this is hopeless. What was I thinking? I have no time for this. I need to get to the palace with or without the assistance of magical forces. If there is one girl in this kingdom who deserves to be there, it's me. I spent enough days scrubbing floors in my own house to earn the right to have this one brief evening of complete freedom. I agree. Without worries, without abuse, like an ordinary girl, I really need that. I start to feel as if Carmosa robbed me of everything that's magical, beautiful, or fun about life, and then replaced it with constant worry and competition. I need to prove myself that those things can still happen, that I'm not as broken as her daughters. And going to the ball is only the beginning. I need to change my life completely. Oh yeah, I get along with my sisters now. No more idle whining and wishing. I thought a lot about it, and I think I have an outline of a plan at least. There are two paths I could take. Retake the house from Carmosa's hands, or escape and leave the town. Start a new life. The fairy. Oh, there she is, boys. Why not enchant the prince so he would make you his queen? Oh. You startled me. Were you listening the whole time? Yes, we are always listening to those who enter our domain. You have a third path before you. Why not charm the prince? Make him lose his head in just one evening and become his queen 1 week later? That part of fairy tales I always had trouble believing. That and the fairies. Your doubts are misdirected. You could easily enthrall him with our aid. You came to the lake asking for our aid. We are offering it. Which path will you take? What I really want. I want to retake the residence. If I'm ever going to be happy, I need to become truly independent. And independence comes from status, prestige, and social standing. I learned that from Carmosa herself. That is why I'm going to take her place. Only then can I turn my house into a place where I can live happily. But frankly, I have no idea how to approach it. How am I supposed to retake the house with Carmosa still running the place? It seems there is an obstacle on your path. A barrier placed by another whose path crosses with yours. As long as the other path continues, yours is blocked. You must erase it. This fairy's a little homicidal. Wait, you mean that I should kill her? Yes. Such is the way of fate. Each path continues until it is blocked. It splits or is erased. I'm not really sure. I don't know. I kind of wanted to ask Madam Haiti now, man. She's kind of scaring me. You came to the lake seeking aid, and we are offering it. You seek counsel, and we are ready to provide it. Murdering someone isn't really magical. Pay heed and take what you will. We remember the concord made by your mother. You only need to name your wish. Should I really do it? No. You're right. Carmosa is blocking my path, but it doesn't mean I should kill her. There's a reason why Carmosa is the way she is. She made herself the woman she is now by making decisions like this. I don't really know if she ever killed anyone, but it wouldn't surprise me to learn that she did. Would you like us to tell you? No, I wouldn't. That's precisely my point. It may be true that Carmosa has been the main cause of suffering in my life all these years, but I won't turn into a murderer because of her. Don't you see? It would mean replacing one Carmosa with another. I don't want that. Perhaps. What if such is the price of freedom? Isn't freedom all you desire? If it really is the price, then it is simply too high. I will not kill her. Then your path will remain blocked, unless you manage to split it. What does it mean? Getting tired of all this fate and paths talk. You can attempt to escape the influence of your false mother and flee from this town. Or you can enthrall the one who has power over her and is the sovereign of this realm. So back to this. I'll escape town. The truth is not that much good awaits me here. You're taking the residents from Carmosa peacefully just won't happen. Wooing the prince so much that he wouldn't make me his queen, please. There's no way I can be free remaining here. It's not just my house. This entire town is like a prison. I have to leave this place and start again. With our aid, you will enter the palace and leave the town. But beyond the borders of our domain, we have no influence. An ancient concord made with lords of this realm binds us to the heart of the land. Once you leave, you will be beyond our power, and our part of the agreement shall be deemed fulfilled. You will be on your own. Traveling alone doesn't sound very safe. It's a vast, dangerous world out there, and I've never left the town before. I don't really have anyone whom I can ask to go with me. Not exactly encircled as friends. That's Tobias, but I can never ask him to abandon everything for me like that. The land can be dangerous. You are young, and you will be unprotected. I know. But what other choice do I have? Sit here and whine for the rest of my life. I said I'm going to change my life. I won't resign just because it could be dangerous. There's one more thing I'm concerned about, though. The main obstacle. Yes, Carmosa. She will send someone after me. I'm sure of it. Not because she worries for my safety and well-being, of course. She would be afraid that other people might talk. Her own stepdaughter, escaping the residence under her supervision, how would that make her look? I had to cover my tracks somehow. You worry needlessly. We will provide protection. Simply return to your residence and wait. Wait. What do you mean? What will you do? Those who choose to follow your steps shall lose their track in one way or another. Are you gonna take their feet? I don't think I like this ominous vagueness, but I don't have a choice either. I really don't think I should have chosen this mystical being for help. She's like, he's only human. We can murder him. Alright, have it your way. So it seems that your path has been decided. Yes, it looks like I have a plan now. I think I know exactly what to do for the first time in my life. I still would like to go to the Grand Ball, though. How am I going to get to the Royal Palace? That's the hard part. Apart from small details like the guards and me not being invited, there are more pressing issues here. What am I gonna... Ooh. Oh, I rounded. Like, what am I gonna wear? I don't suppose you know a good tailor that works for free. Your seductive nature requires little aid. Whoa. So providing you with the right clothing will be very easy. Holy, she just knows. I know what's gonna look good on you. Have trust in the lake, Cinders. It remembered your mother's wish and reached out to you offering aid. Come to us before the ball. We will help you, and so the new concord shall be sealed. How do you manage to sound so secretive and eerie all the time? How exactly will you help me? Have trust in the lake, like your mother. Like my mother. Something tells me you're not going to answer me no matter what I say. But fine, I don't have a choice here but to agree to your rules in the hope it won't bite me in the rear. Indeed. You must embrace your fate as it unfolds through our works. You will have no trouble doing so. Your blood makes you attuned to sensing both opportunity and necessity. The plan is set. The new gift will be offered. Its weight and price shall unveil in time. You can go. Thank you, I think. I wonder what Mom would say about all this. Looks like Carmosa is still out. Good. I was honestly afraid I wouldn't be able to get back on time, or worse, stumble upon them on the way home. Nobody should have to come home hoping to find all the people gone, praying to be left alone. Fortunately, with some luck, it's the last time I'll feel like this. Tomorrow, everything's going to change, one way or the other. I'm gonna miss this house. Its walls hold many memories very dear to me. Mother's smile, father's stories. It's funny. I hate Carmosa, but deep inside, I hope she's going to be successful with her plans. I want to believe this place won't fall apart after I'm gone. I wonder what I'm replacing this life with. Might be a dream come true, might also be a nightmare. But all I've got to lose are memories. Although I think I'm going to miss my sisters. Who would have thought? After all, we're all creatures of habit. It's like throwing away shoes that chafed but were very familiar. One would hesitate, right? It wasn't always easy, but I've grown attached to them somehow. I do hope they'll be fine. Alright, enough of this. I need to go into my room and stay there as usual. When Carmosa comes back, I need to look like nothing is going on. Prince Baselli. The garden looks odd in this pale moonlight. Everything is set for the ball, but there's no living soul here except me. It seems so unreal. Just a few hours ago, it was full of servants, carefully setting every little piece of decoration. Now it's deserted as the preparations come to an end. Only the wind does not hesitate to run freely and ruffle everything. I have to say it feels unusual tonight, like a charge about to go off during the storm. This tension in the air almost feels tangible. Our court gesture used to greet people. May you live in boring times. This feels like the grim opposite. Almost like an omen of things to come. A sign of a storm closing in. Interesting times. I wonder whether this has any chance of success. Can I commit to change and make it happen? Is this even possible? I've read the philosophers but never seen it come true. Books and idealistic theories are one thing, but people tend to resist change. Even change for the better. father didn't make it any easier for me either. He was a good ruler, and he's remembered very fondly. Anything I'll do will be seen as betraying his legacy. It would all be easier if he had been a bloodthirsty tyrant. Feels like a storm is coming indeed. Even if I succeed, history may remember me as a renegade. And will any woman stand by me through this? Is this ball the best way to look for such a person? In the absence of better ideas or better judgment, I have made my decision. The best I could. Now all there is to do is see things through and hope. The weather tonight really doesn't feel right. All the dogs in the kennels act as if possessed. I should get back to the palace. Let's hope for an interesting ball tonight. Let's hope for an interesting ball night in boring times. Sophia, I'm glad I could finally take off that damn dress. It's badly done, badly cut, tight as hell, and looks ridiculous. No corrections are going to change it. That little old man calls himself a tailor. What a joke. Bet I could do a better job sewing a suit for him. Oh, I'd trim his waist good, cut his trousers tight in all the right places. The little fellow would be even smaller by the time I was done. This whole situation is stupid. No matter how tight and tasteless our dresses are, they won't make any of us a princess. Gloria, aren't you supposed to be in the garden? I was, but the weather turned bad so suddenly. I've never seen the weather change so quickly. Oh, my big mature sister got all spooked by a big bad cloud. Don't be ridiculous, Sophia. I'm not in the mood for this. Maybe you would like to get all soaked in the rain and look miserable, but I surely don't. Well, I don't see a single drop of rain outside. Neither can I. Strange. Swear I could see flashes between the clouds. Are you practicing talking about the weather before the ball? Because it's not working. You're still barred. No, but I can see you already sharpening your tongue. Prince will surely appreciate your wits. And how is your dress, Sophia? By all things held dear and holy by all the native people in this world, I swear if you ask me this question one more time, you will feel my pain. The reason I repeated the question so many times today was in the hope that it would stretch a little over time. Oh. Well, it didn't stretch an inch. The tailor did a good job there. When I wear it, I feel like a properly packaged piece of pork. Why didn't you tell Mother then, when we were at the tailor's? He could have applied further corrections. Because her loving motherly eyes told me one more complaint, and you're dead, girl. Your choice of words is poor as usual, but I agree with your sentiment. Mine is still too much tight as well. Her mom's like, make him tighter! Hike him up! I always found it astonishing how my pain tends to trigger such immediate joy in your little black heart. No, it's not that. I mean, you're right about the joy part, but something else made me laugh. You tell me, I'm sure it's going to be utterly entertaining. Well, tell me, aren't these dresses a wonderful metaphor for our lives? I failed to see it, I'm afraid. We're trying to fit into clothes which someone else made for us this whole time. Or rather for the image of us in that someone's head. I bet they're a perfect fit for those phantasms inside Mother's mind. Disciplined and pretty as dolls. Stop it. Your bitterness is getting tiring. Stop being so childish. It's only a dress. Your lady must learn to walk, talk, and smile even if the corset is a bit tight. You know that Mother is only trying to teach us how to behave properly in society. She had to endure far more than a tight dress to get us where we are now. Oh yes, the sacrifices she makes to make us shine during the grand ball. Your cynicism gives you a little credit. You know very well that this is important to her. Perhaps it is. But tell me this, sister, is it important for us? None of these girls are interested in having a man now. Mission success. Finally, the day's over. It's Cormosa. Finally, the day's over. I mean, finally. Finally. Both dresses fit, and everything's in place. Even that incompetent tailor agreed to lower the price. All things considered, it went better than expected. It's a shame the girls don't seem to realize how important this is for them. Nor do they appreciate how much effort it takes to prepare two young ladies to make their debut in court. Especially if no one cared to invite them. They're not even aware of what that means for women their age. By noble standards, they're getting old and must be introduced soon if they are ever to find a husband. And without a husband, they might as well lock themselves up in this house and wait for old age to come and relieve them of their miserable lives. I hope they'll grow up soon and open those naive eyes to the way of the world, to the way the world works around them. It's either that or they will end up alone in some dark and empty room, forgotten and hated by everyone. Thank heavens for the night. If nothing else, it's easier to hide oneself in the dark from the gaze of others. If no one wants to see it, it isn't happening. That's the way people work. And I learned that lesson the hard way. There's a storm coming over the horizon. It's one of those strange cold ones, without rain. I think I remember a storm like this many years ago. That night when she died. It's no good to think about things like that before I go to sleep. It's late. The weather's turning bad. I better close the window before the storm comes. Whew, thank goodness it's dawn already. I haven't slept for the entirety of the night. How could I? I feel like there's a dozen especially vicious poisonous butterflies having a grand ball of their own in my stomach. Poisonous butterflies, that's a good one, Cinders. Lack of sleep will surely make you very eloquent this evening. Still, if things do go according to the plan, this has just been my last night spent as a slave in my own house. I can hear Carmouse's voice. She mustering the girls again, her private little army of two. Well, whatever training she gives them, nothing will prepare them for this evening. Oh my, won't they be surprised, as will be Carmousa. All-powerful, all-knowing lady will be caught in a loss tonight. I think I shall sneak out right after I leave the house to get the dress before all this starts. So hurry up, girls. Oh, it's Perot. 6 additional guards in the main hall. That makes 65, and 2 dressed up as guests, following the prince discreetly. At least that much good has come from the masks everyone will be wearing. Guards can be disguised and mixed in the crowd. Of course, every assassin, vagabond, and other villain opposing the rule of the prince will be dressed as guests as well. This is gonna be a long night. Security is quite tight, but during a masked ball, the chance of an unwanted person squeezing in is far too high for my liking. I guess I'll just have to follow the prince closely. Contrary to what His Highness believes, I think a proper guard presence is needed at this event. On the other hand, I'm being let go, so why should I care? The prince has determined that this is the age of politics and plots, not war. Information instead of steel. I wonder how well that will work. Somehow, I don't think people change that quickly or willingly. Someone assaults the future king with a hidden blade, but then suddenly the ruler yells, "What's the capital of the lands of the mist?" Well, and the attacker folds. But fair enough, I have decided not to adapt, so I'm staying behind. And with my inadequate methods, I shall protect the prince one last time. Then come what may. My attachment to the code, to honor, and to the crown is also a thing of the past, inadequate. Sigh. Let me just check the windows and fences one more time. You are late. Holy. What? Is that a schedule? I didn't realize the fairy had a skin. She just narrowed her eyes at me, just like, you're freaking late. I was waiting for your ass. You know how much energy it takes to manifest like this? I know, I'm sorry. It was difficult to leave the house. Carmosa and the girls ran amok. You know how long it will take to tie all those funny strings in the corset? Wait, you probably don't. I can't believe I'm doing this. Making excuses in front of an otherworldly apparition. Then don't make them. Holy. I don't need your excuses. Right, so how am I gonna get to the ball? I doubt that's even possible. Your doubts are useless, your belief is not. Because you accepted our aid, we have left a gift for you on the old oak. She has all attitude in my brain now. She's all just yelling this at her. A gift? As promised! The star dress for you will please you. You can try it on. Alright then, let's give you a moment. Heavens, it's beautiful. This fabric is so fine. What is it made of? Magic. Alright, keep your secrets. It's still incredible. The shoes are not exactly my size though. She just narrows her eyes again. Like, it's my spare dress. Fucking, I hate humans. I really feel like a princess. Whatever the price, right now I'd say it was worth it. Still, there's a minor detail of getting inside the palace without a royal invitation. Lords of this land and their little obsession with insignificant pieces of paper. Seals made by immortals mean nothing to us. As long as you keep the dress on, no one will stop you. Holy, be confident, walk right in, don't look back. That dress will just, people will be like, wow. They'll be too busy looking at your butt to notice you don't have an invitation. Sounds utterly crazy, but who I am to discuss secrets of the arcane with a half-transparent being? I know it will work. Thank you for your help. I owe you. We are honoring the old Concord and sealing a new one with you. Like your mother, you have not forsaken us. You have made rights, and your wish shall be granted. We will carry the weight of your fate for a while. We will help you lift it higher and carry it further. Once the cycle is complete, the weight will reveal its price. That doesn't sound cryptic and ominous at all. What about my other wish? Will you help me escape this town without a trace? We will. Go back to your mansion when the ball is over. There, wait for our sign. What kind of a sign? You will recognize it. We wish you good fortune, Cinders. It is time for you to go. Going to the ball. I gotta use the washroom. Right back. hard to not see this before. They're so used to wearing masks all the time. Today's dress code changes nothing. All it did was bring out their mastery and masquerade. Isn't this what you have chosen to support, sire? The monarch is the one to set the tone for his country. Didn't you want to learn, become a political arena? Politics instead of war, yes. This game of appearances disgusts me as it disgusts you. Politics for the sake of progress and people. That is what I think is best for this country, not this. But I know that you don't condone this, do you? When the ways of our forefathers are changed, honor disregarded, and rules made gray and flexible. This is what happens. The world with the two-faced woman. Oh, there's my phone. I was like, I check my messages. If I got a message, I don't got any messages. People don't like me. And the ways of our forefathers are changed, honored, disregarded, rules made gray and flexible. This is what happens, a world with a two-faced wind. That is not entirely true. What should happen is that the people will be given voice and empowered. It may have some disadvantages, but still a future. Maybe it is, but I don't trust people that much. If you want honesty and righteousness, you need black and white rules and a stable set of values behind them. Yes, really a lot of prosperity too. I don't mean material prosperity alone. I want a land of as much joy as it is reasonably possible in my realm. It's a worthy goal, and I'm willing to do whatever it takes to make it happen. I do understand your reluctance to practice politics, however, and I appreciate your honesty. You have the right to be doubtful. Curiously enough, to set people free, you need some level of deceit, hypocrisy, and gossip. If you say so, sire. I see it even rubbed off on you a little, my friend. But right now I have to play along, deal with this lot, and choose a wife from among them. Frankly, I don't see any good candidates on the horizon. What do you think I should do? I could use your advice on how to proceed. I wouldn't even begin to imagine how one might approach this situation. Please, just tell me what you think. I think that you're overthinking it, my lord. Maybe you just try to blend in and go with the flow of things. So, you're saying I should stop staying outside and observing and judging the women who come here? Well, that's not exactly what I said. But you are right. If I am to learn the true natures of the ladies that are here, I have to give them a chance. So for now, I'm going to stop judging and reach out. Thank you, friend. Whoa. Nice costume change. I don't even recognize Sophia. This is the chance to rise up in the world. Each of you could become so much more than impoverished nobility. You'd be royalty. You do want that, don't you? I really am not so certain. Of course we do. Isn't the attitude that will win you a better life? If you don't commit to it and ignore the rest, you'll lose. We are committed. We really are. It's just not easy, mother, but we'll try. My dear Gloria, nothing in this world that is worth striving for is easy. You need to fight for a better life, endure hardships, discomfort, and sacrifices. This is your chance. If you play it right, you won't have to worry about any of those ever again. Do you understand what it means? Smarten yourself up, girls. Do something about that cringe, Sophia. And you, Gloria, adjust that chauffeur. Good. But what for? Not that I can't endure pain and hardships, mother. You made sure we both can, but what's the purpose? You won't choose us anyhow. Now. You have to do this if you want to survive and go up. If you commit and do your best, you do have a chance. What did you think? That ending up with some smaller nobility or a soldier is an option for my daughters? Only idiots aim low. So we will do everything we've talked about yesterday, and we will try to charm the prince. I'm not sure that I can do that, but I'll try. I didn't raise you two to be unable to gain influence over a single man. You are young, pretty, you are a woman. Use your wits and instincts. And if that fails you, Gloria, as we all know it will, you can always flaunt your cleavage. But, isn't that come across as very unladylike? What will people think? There are many ways to entice a man. Your beauty will help you in that, so do not be ashamed of it. Use it if necessary. These dresses cost me a fortune, and more than a single white hair, but they should draw some stares. Now to make sure you get the chance to use your feminine wiles, each of you will go get the prince's attention, introduce herself, and get invited to a dance. How do we get invited? Are we to invite the prince ourselves? Just hint at it subtly, or heavily, but then remember about the cleavage. Remember your cleavage. Shut up, Sophia. I'm trying to understand what to do as best I can. You never understood the idea, did you, sister? Quiet. There are more important things than bickering right now. Focus, you two. You both look astounding, and I'm sure you'll do fine. You're my daughters, after all. Gloria, you go first. Then Sophia. Remember, stand up straight and smile at all times. And when you dance, every other Purrier, brush against him accidentally. Good luck, sister. You're going to need it, you know. Don't listen to her, just go. Very well. So keeping an open mind. Have any other advice? Now, however, there's a very pretty young lady standing over there and gazing your way, just staring at it. Most of them are, as if this is some sort of a contest with the kingdom and the palace as the main prize. Now there are many candidates gathered together for one event, and one of them will be chosen to become rich and influential. It's not a contest with the kingdom as a prize, and how would you describe it, my prince? Ah, good point, my friend. Alright, let's try to select a wise queen and a good companion for the years to come. That young lady looks really, really looks absolutely astounding. She has this dignified air about her. Please excuse me for that. Good luck. Good evening, mysterious beauty. How are you enjoying yourself? Thank you, Your Highness. The ball is amazing. Everyone's excited to be here, as am I. Please stand up. Oh, I'm sure they are. Half of them because they're rooting for their hidden agenda to take effect tonight. But how can I blame them? But I'm certain every court member wishes both you and the land the best. Oh, please excuse my bluntness. But do you generally think this to be true? What was your impression when you talked to them? I haven't talked to many of the guest prince, but I honestly believe they have the kingdom's interest at heart, even if it doesn't show. Fine. Have you tasted the food? We have brought spices from the eastern lands, especially for this occasion. I am sure it's excellent, my lord. It looks like pieces of art, and the smell is delicious. Are you sure? Small sweet rolls are a particular pride of our cooks. They're called soffins. Soffins? And baking them involves the help of an alchemist. That sounds fascinating, Ian. It is. That is why the taste is undescribable. Neither sweet nor sour, salty or bitter, and unlike anything known to nature. Alchemically magical. Have some. Thank you, Your Grace. But a lady should watch her figure. Surely a woman of your beauty doesn't need to worry about such things. You look as delicious as the morning breeze. Delicate as the morning breeze. My bad. Delicious. You are too kind, Your Highness. Are you sure? Thank you, Your Highness. Maybe just a little bite. Oh, you don't need to call me your highness. I don't attach that much value to formalities. And after all, I'm not a king yet. Oh, I'm so sorry for the mistake, your highness. I didn't mean to imply. I'm truly sorry. It's nothing, don't mention it. Oh, I won't mention it again. If that's what you mean, I'm sorry. It's fine. Just please relax. I get the feeling you are very tense. Can we just chat casually? Of course, my prince. What would you like to chat about? How do you like the music? The music is heavenly, my prince. You really think so? Why? I don't know much about music, but this seems like an excellent choice, my prince. Well, then maybe let's talk about things that interest you. Why don't you choose a topic? I didn't know what you like and what interests you, your grace. Oh my, I did it again. I'm so sorry. I didn't mean it. It'll not happen again. Oh, don't bother. I mean, don't worry. I'm sorry, your highness. Please, I didn't mean to upset you, my prince. I truly didn't. Somehow I wish you did. Will you please excuse me, my lady? Of course, my prince. I hope you enjoy your evening. Aw, she got all tongue-tied. She tried, man. Gloria, you're back so soon. The prince failed to meet your standards, or you had to fend off all his attention and admiration? Did you dismiss him and take your leave? No, she apologized too much for everything. For everything she did. You're awfully quiet. What happened? I know. You used up all your eloquence on the prince. I'm sure he was really impressed. That's probably why he ran off so fast. He was too eager to stay in presence of such perfection. There's her sister Wednesday Adams, just shitting on her as soon as she gets back. And I'm glad you gave me this opportunity to point out again how great an example you are for me. Please enlighten me as to what the key pillars do. Shut up, you know. There's ever a time when I expected you to focus on it. Sophia, stop with these pointless remarks. Want to show your sister? Then go and prove you can do what she failed at. I never said I could, I'm not sure whether... I'm not so sure of yourself, then. Stop whining, stand up straight, keep your chest forward. Maybe for once your silly books will have their use. I heard the prince reads a lot. He does. What does he read? I don't know, and I don't care. Just try to use it to your advantage. If this doesn't work, you're not as pretty as your sister, so just flatter him a lot. You can do it. Great. Sure, he's not used to that. Is there anything else you would like to add to this conversation, Sylvia? If not, then I suggest you go and charm the prince. What about Gloria? Your sister and I could have a little chat when you're gone. Concentrate on the prince. Be seductive, though. Oh, I miss your pleasant chat with Mother Gloria. I was hoping for a good show. Just go. Yeah, there goes the prince. Good evening, your grace. Oh, I do. I hope I used the right style. Good evening, my lady. These are one of the conventional titles used when addressing kings. So no, not really. Not at least not yet. Oops, looks like I blew it already. I wouldn't worry about that. I never stood all these subtleties myself, nor cared for them for that matter. He's really trying to be open. He's like, just ignore I'm a prince, okay? I must be really lucky then, since I don't care much for titles myself. Never seen the purpose. You do not? Could a rare trait for a daughter of a noble. And more importantly, daughter of a powerful, ambitious lady. Don't forget about women with agendas, your highness. They tend to be pretty hard to overlook anyway. Oh, is that so? Oh yes. Quite an overbearing character, that mother of ours. She had made us wear these dresses, you see. Have you ever worn a corset this tight, my friend? No, I never had chance, opportunity. Neither had I until today. But it doesn't really matter because we all have our roles to play and tasks to fulfill. After all, a single night can change the fate of many. Really, because she's like so nervous, she just starts being honest, like brutally honest. Whole families, great houses, dynasties, etc. I could see you're quite upset, my lady. I'm only the younger daughter, and my mother wasn't born into ladyship, so it's second-hand nobility you're speaking to. You don't have to lady me, my prince. Alright, you say so. Sorry here because your mother asked you to come against your will. Yes, that's exactly why I'm here. 'Cause I'm a good girl who's willing to play her part. In that case, would you believe it if I said the reason why I am here is not that different from yours? I guess you could call it a family obligation. Yes. Although my oppressive parent is here in spirit alone, his legacy is omnipresent. Our influence palpable. I thought the wine tasted funny. Oh, no need to play that chocolate cover. For anything like me, and your father was even slightly similar to my mother. A joke like that won't make you blink. You're right. You're right. Having spent all my life among people trained to keep up appearances, I picked up all the conventional reflexes. Like acting shocked when someone is making a joke about your dead parent, even though everyone knows he wasn't as good a father as he was a king. I feel lucky already. At least nobody ever forced me into a mold of politeness. I shudder at the thought of someone trying. It's a silly concept, this politeness. Lying to each other in the name of good manners as if honesty was a vice. You are a very original young woman, you know that. Isn't original one of the categories physicians use when they lock you up in an asylum? Technically, I think it's innovative. And I am serious. I'm glad you're here. I'd love to get to know you better. The correct response here would be to say, "Thank you, Your Highness," and maybe blush a little bit, yes? Well, I'm not so good at blushing on demand. Don't get me wrong, my prince. You seem much nicer than I expected. I didn't come here because I wanted to have a chat with you. I'm here because my mother has serious control issues and wants me to play a role she scripted to me. Probably before I was even born. Not a very entertaining role, mind. And as for my sister, well, alright. That actually is the pleasant part. I just wanted to show her that I could do it better without even trying. And I couldn't care less about ruling. Grown-ups sitting in ridiculous chairs wearing funny hats made of metal. Frankly, it all seems very silly to me. No, I made your point quite clear. So what now? Now? For a normal man, I would gladly invite you to our residence, show you how our lovely family operates, get to know you better. But alas, you are not. Therefore, it's the perfect time to go back home and get this cursed thing off my waist. Whoever invented these must have been really innovative. Good night. Have a nice ball and everything. I'm out of here. What happens? This ball is turning into a madhouse rather rapidly. Too bad though. This one I started to like. Yeah, they fit together. I agree. They fit together. She's too honest. She's like, yeah. Very logical. Alright. I'm almost there and already. Oh, Cinders is making her appearance. Time to make my grand entrance. A complete and utter disaster. You have no idea how much this will cost our family. You had a chance to secure the future for yourselves. And for your children and their children, you'll be very lucky to find a single man in the kingdom willing to court you after the display you gave tonight. And good riddance. Why'd you say? Mother, look, there's some commotion in the ballroom. I think someone important has arrived. Indeed, whoever that is, they can afford to be late, so I'm guessing it really has to be someone important. Everyone has gone silent. What is going on? Oh, that's the jazz. Looks like we have a latecomer, and an interesting one at that. Holy. She's like, that is my secondary dress. No pumpkin carriage, though. It is a mighty fine dress. I didn't get no pumpkin carriage. Wait, is that? I think I know her. I don't applaud her lack of punctuality, but she certainly knows how to make an entrance. I wonder who she might be. I don't think punctuality is among the top qualities expected from a future queen. What about stunning looks? Not a prerequisite, but then again, neither is courage. And this one clearly has plenty of both. Watch out, my prince, she is coming. Good evening, your highness, and to you too, captain. Good evening, my lady. Now if you'll please excuse me, my prince. Good evening, my lady. I have noticed you only just arrived. Even those who care, even those who care little for appearances must accept the fact that people still judge others by their looks. That's why proper preparations have to take time. And if I may judge, the outcome is positively stunning. Like, thanks, it's magic. Flattery is a very pleasant way of showing others we want something from them. So what is it that you want in this situation, my prince? Is it an obedient wife, a wise consort, or just someone to keep you warm at night? Do not get me wrong, your highness. I do empathize with your complicated situation and understand you must have a wife to be crowned. See, you don't hold social conventions in that regard. That's quite an accurate description of my predicament, though. And yet, understanding this, you are here. Don't tell me it's to taste wine from the royal cellars. Frankly, there's more than one reason. The wine, the food, not to mention company. I won't deny I find power interesting, especially after hearing all the rumors. Oh, so is there a spark of curiosity behind that cold, inquisitive look? There is nothing more natural than being attracted to power, my lady. I didn't say I was attracted to it. I merely stated that I find it, to those who would wield it, intriguing. For example, what kind of person does one have to be a good ruler? A sound philosophical question, worthy of the author of the Duke, and what of your views on the matter? Although her approach may at times be cynical and overly instrumental, I believe that Livia Maklik managed to describe power in its actual, rather than its ideal form. An independent judgment from a well-read lady. How very refreshing. I always regretted that fact, that such a fine scholar as Lady Malik did not hail from our kingdom. Perhaps I was simply blind to the treasures of our realm. The fact that some women do in fact receive education even in this backwater land. You speak harshly about your own kingdom, my prince. Criticism may be the only weapon of the powerless. But you are hardly without power, are you not? To be honest, I am pretty powerless. Despite being a prince mostly entitles me to living in more comfortable quarters than, say, the town's innkeeper. But I don't get even a fraction of his power. But assuming I were a king already, what would you have me do, my lady? What changes would satisfy subtle tastes of a learned modern woman such as you? I might have read a few books, but I'm not a politician. I could speak generally of injustices that require mending or errors which need to be corrected. I believe the kingdom would benefit from reforms in a more modern style of government. Isn't that a polite way of saying that monarchy is obsolete? Not necessarily. An enlightened ruler may balance nobility and freedom with stability and tradition, as long as he keeps close those who could threaten him, either too satisfied or too afraid to rise up against him. Against him or her, I would add. Yes. Gender plays no role in such matters. At least here we have some equity. I must admit, you are an intriguing woman, my lady. You're an intriguing woman, my lady. You're very different from the rest of the people who came here today. They don't seem to be even slightly bothered by the masks they have to wear. I wonder if it's so because they wear them every single day as well. But you are different. You may be wearing a mask, but you speak to me plainly and honestly, risking to be misunderstood or simply rejected. I can appreciate that. Even if you did leave me a bit flabbergasted. You judged me very quickly, my prince. There could be many things, none of which I appear at this moment. During the last few days, I've learned that people are as complex as their motivations and agendas. And more importantly, we are all products of circumstances and surroundings. It would be easier to simply summarize others at first glance, have their actions justified with a simple because. But it would be as false as we can never really grasp what is inside them. I must admit, I find the dictum terrifying. that all of us are merely actors in some stage set out for us. Be it others or fate. Being determined by things we can't control is frightening. I know it all too well. Speak of your family. I am. It isn't a light story, Your Highness. Definitely not a topic for a polite and charming conversation to make the time pass more pleasantly. I'd like to hear about it nevertheless. If I am not asking for too much, please tell me about your family, my lady. How could I refuse you, my prince? Well, my mother died bringing me into this world. My father eventually remarried a woman who already had 2 daughters. He died soon after. So now I live with a stepmother and her 2 daughters. That is strange. I've never heard of a noble house with 3 daughters and no father. I would call one family a widow with 2 daughters, though. Stepmother doesn't see me as one of her daughters. She allows me to stay in her house under one condition. I work as a servant for bed and board. Those who are familiar with the family know of my existence. As for others, I wouldn't be surprised if she told everyone she has 2 daughters, and that is that. That's unbelievable. I did warn you about this topic. It isn't very entertaining. Oh no, I'm glad you told me about it. It showed me how ignorant I still am, and how little I know about my own life. Well, in that case, I'm glad you asked me about my life. Look at me babbling like a lunatic. You must be wondering whatever happened to real manners. I forced you to speak about things which you must find painful during the ball. And we're supposed to be taking our minds off unpleasant things. Please allow me to make amends. Would you do me the honor? Oh, I'm not really a dancer. Don't worry, my lady, I will show you. Whoa! Whoa! Wait. Just give me a second. Just wait all this crap. Hold. Oh. There we go. Screenshot. That's awesome. She earned that dance. She's like, I need to dance with you. I love your mind. You're doing fine, my lady. This isn't as difficult as I expected. Not that I expected to be dancing with you, my prince. And yet here we are. Feels very natural too. Who knows, maybe it was fate that brought the 2 of us together. I used to think about fate in a similar way, until someone told me that sometimes one's fate is to decide how fate should be altered. Even though the most important things in life are given, and have little or no say as far as they are concerned. Here we are, back at the not so pleasant topic of necessity and determination. Terrifying, I remember, but in truth, isn't it all we are? Decisions we make regardless of fate. And we ignore the fact that we can't know what awaits us in the future. Even if it means ignoring possible consequences of our actions about which we know nothing. Yes, even then. What good is worrying about outcomes which can't be foreseen? Prices no one can yet estimate. Some things are set and fixed. Everything else is up to us. And all we can do is decide how to act in spite of that. Yes, it is exactly what I have been repeating to myself. This may not be the wisest thing to say at the moment, but I'll say it anyway. I consider myself lucky to have met you tonight, my lady. Luck or not, I'm glad as well. Very glad to be with you here, my prince. Have I complimented your eyes already? Strange, I can't seem to remember. Neither can I. Let's assume you have. I can't get enough of looking into them. They have these amazing dancing sparks inside them. They suit you more than well. They speak of wit and intelligence. Now I'm sure you haven't complimented my eyes. Please do continue. What else do you find attractive? I will then. I adore watching your lips as well. They move so gracefully when you speak, as if conveying a promise. And what promise have you read from them? I dare not say it. Let's move on. Your neck. Stop the neck, Prince. Skip the neck, Prince. What about my chest? Chest is not the word I'd use. He's like, what? Looking at my biddies too? And what word would you prefer? I think we should get to know each other better before we switch to a more I know this word, colloquial. It's those things birds have that allows them to make themselves pregnant. Colloquial. 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 Colloquial vernacular. It means both ways. Improper and proper. I love to get to know you better, my lady. You will have your chance, my prince, if you're persistent enough and constant in your ambition. But we tend to undervalue things we achieve effortlessly. Let me give you an obstacle, my prince. You may thank me later. You really are incredible, my lady, and you wouldn't have it any other way, my lord. Good night, and thank you for this unforgettable evening. Mother, is that? Oh, Albie. Cinders. Carmosa, girls, are you enjoying the ball? I certainly am. He's like, hey, what's up? What's up, my sister? My dress looks way more expensive and it's impossible to find anywhere than your rags. Demons take me. Aren't you a clever little creature, my dear Cinders? Not only did you somehow manage to get here. Look at that dress. Yes, I could see it, thank you, Gloria. You also had a little dance with the prince who clearly took an interest in you. You spoke with him like you were enjoying yourself. Which means you achieved more than either of my daughters, and you did it without my help. I'm impressed. She was like, yeah! Just fucking generates her own spirit sword, throws down. You always underestimate me, Carmosa. You failed to understand that if I put my heart into something, I can succeed at many things. You speak with adolescent bravado, and yet you did succeed. You did very well. I was clearly mistaken about you. Cinders, you really were amazing. Yeah, not bad at all, thanks. So what are you going to do now? Got any more surprises for the evening? If you do, then please warn us in advance or someone may have a heart attack. Surprises? What do you expect me to do? I'll just head back home. I got what I wanted, right? Besides, these shoes are killing me. Those shoes are magically generated. How are they killing you? They should be the most comfortable footwear you've ever worn. What are they even made of? Blasted thing. It's left when it almost cut my skin. Let's see if I can send you flying over the wall. So there. And you stay there. Just kicks it off. I'll be going now. Take care, ladies. Walks off barefoot. And there she went. I'd say this has been an entertaining and very educational experience. What do you think, Gloria? Yes, I think I did learn something about myself. All of us, actually. Would you agree, Mother? A mistake. Looks like someone had just hit by a revelation. Too bad it wasn't sooner. Good evening, Lady Carmosa. Ladies, I'm looking for Cinders. Do you know where I can find her? My lady? Cinders is not here, Captain. Could you tell us why you're looking for her? Royal orders. The prince would like to have a word with her. Cinders has just left, Captain. She seemed to be in a hurry, too, just trying to get back home before midnight. Funny, since Mother's here, she wasn't supposed to be here at all. It isn't like she needs to make it before curfew or anything. That lovely dress was as terrible as her shoes, and maybe she just wanted to get back home and take it off as soon as possible. The shoes? Yes, slippers. Very original design, too. She said they were awfully uncomfortable, then threw one over the wall. The other one is still here on the ground. Slippers. Later that night. Still can't believe she did that. I would suspect. Of course. Because everyone's as dim-witted as you are and never does anything out of ordinary or unexpected. Oh yes, I'm sure you're able to foresee as precise as it happened. Do you see it in tea leaves or reading a children's book one afternoon while avoiding work and being useless as usual? I did entertain the thought she might try to pull something off, you must know. Believe what you want, I don't care. I too suspect that she might do something unthinkable. I gotta use the washroom. Dang it. Be right back. She was so secretive and compliant at times. I suppose it could point to an inevitable explosion. I just didn't expect she had it in her. Go ahead, please. Sometimes you sound like a cliche villain from a bad romance novel. Of course, if something's not twisted, weird, or shocking, you won't consider it honest. Not everyone is like you, Sophia. Fortunately so. Just like not everyone tries to be a mirror image of their mother, down to mimicking her manner of speech. Also, they sound similar. That's interesting to know. But you are not Carmosa, remember? You do not lead, you follow mindlessly. Shut up, you. Start arguing. Open up! Open up in the name of the prince! Tim! Why did you have to come? And in the middle of the night? The wonders never cease. Just like your ridiculous cliche impersonations. There's no time for this now. I'm sure Mother will deal with you later. I'll go summon her. You do that. Open up. I won't repeat myself. Oh, look how beach ass! Mother. Sophia, don't stand like that. Open the door. Let this noisy man in. Yes, Mother. Ah, Captain, what brings you here at this time of night? Spare me these false pleasantries. You know why I'm here. Where is she? Holy, don't angry about it. Holy, no, it's not courtesy visit. Good evening, Captain. What a surprise to see you here. Shouldn't be. Are you present at the grand ball tonight? Now answer me honestly. Alright. Cinders. Yes, I was, Captain. I'm afraid I must arrest you. What? What for, buddy? Can't believe it. Okay. I can't even read that. That's what? I think this guy's jelly. I don't know what your reasons were, but that is to come out during questioning. Royal justice has never been known for soft approach to traitors, my dear. Did you report my ass? She is. She can endure. Yes, I can see what one may or may not be accustomed to here. Would anyone else like to try? Tell me how to do my job? Good. Cinders, are you ready? Okay, be ready for my arrest. But yes, do what you must. I get the feeling you might be a lucky one, Cinders. Actually breaking free from all this family business. If the guard asks you whether you're ready to be arrested, I don't want to trade places with you. Sophia, what can we go now, Captain? Name of the prince, I'm resting, and now follow me. Good night, ladies. Captain. The fairies are gonna kill you, Captain, if you actually endanger me. I think that's what's gonna happen. Like, I don't picture anyone's life ending up well if they, like, oppose what the fairies did for me. They'll just be killed. It's like, what? You're a homicidal grandmother, godmother watching over me. So I guess that's it. Do you know what to do next? What? Do you know what to do next? What do you mean, Humphrey? Of course, I was supposed to escort you to the crossroads safely. From here on, you can travel wherever you want. You seem surprised. Of course I'm surprised. Just a short while ago you were arresting me. You're not being arrested, am I? No, you're not. Did you honestly think that I would arrest you? I had my doubts. Something to do with you thumping against my door in the middle of the night, yelling something in the name of the prince. My duty ended when the bell struck midnight. I'm not arresting anyone in His Highness's name anymore. I'm so sorry. Don't be. You're free to go anywhere you want and follow your dreams. That is a good reason for joy. It is, however. It doesn't show because I was terrified of my mind a few minutes ago. It actually worked to your advantage. Your terror made the arrest look much more genuine. That's true. I don't think anyone realized you were doing it for my benefit. Why are you helping me? Don't get me wrong, I'm very grateful. It's just quite unexpected. Since when does that matter? You wish for your happy ending where you escape from an unsuspecting Lady Carmosa. So here you are, escaping. Here I am, helping you do it secretly, buying you time. Got what you wanted, haven't you? I did, thank you. Whatever your reasons or your actions helped turn my life around. So I've heard you're expecting someone. What do you mean? From what I understand, someone was to meet you here. You're not escaping to travel alone, are you? As a matter of fact, I am. Is there anything wrong with that? Oh, no, it's just that these roads aren't safe, and neither is what lies beyond them. That may be the case. So? Traveling alone, especially a young pretty girl like you, this might not be such a good idea. I'm very grateful for what you've done. If it wasn't for you, Carmosa would surely find a way to hunt me down and stop me. But I made my decision. If you say so, are you sure? Absolutely, yes. You consider it in terms of danger and loneliness, and who knows, maybe you are right. For me, it's a marvelous possibility, a chance for a new life I dreamed about and planned. How many people can just leave everything behind, including old feuds, other preconceptions and demands that concern them? How many can start anew? I can be whatever I want, lead a life of my own choosing. That's not worth some risk, I don't know what is. The life you speak of doesn't sound like an easy one. I do not seek the comfort of happily ever after. I would hate myself if I didn't even try. Brave words for someone so young, but I can't deny I can relate to them. I wish you luck then. I hope you get what you wish for. I already did. And it can only be better from now on. So farewell, and good luck to you too, my dear Captain. I am off to grab the adventure that lies just around that corner. Good, and farewell, brave Cinders. It wasn't the captain, it was her! It was my homicidal fairy grandmother. Thank you, Fistball. I should draw that lady later. Farewell, brave Cinders. May fate weave itself smoothly beneath your feet. May you carry its weight as it grows with time. We wish you nothing but the very best of life. We wish you not to forget the lake. Yours remembrance is what we hope for memory is everything. The lake shall not forget about you. You have been bound to its memory for all time, and it will not forsake the concord you have accepted. Beneath our domain, and remember the gift, the weight, and the price. Remember. A few hours earlier, this old grifter blasted tires, mumble, schemers everywhere. They like each other. I swear it on me high here. I just paid you for all you must. Wait, easy there, lady. You might give old Shady a hot stopper. Never getting tired of those big entrances, eh? Always loved a good Johnny a lot. Never got used to it myself. Yeah, I've entered our domain. What do you want? You see with the job already. Don't mean no harm, honest. I was just wondering, you see, whatever happened to the wee little bird that got you gals so agitated recently? She made some long-term investments in her too? Speak of those which should not concern you. They don't. And I thought I did a mighty fine job of fetching, whispering, basically being in all the right places at the right moment. Wouldn't dream about stealing the light from you gals, but doesn't a supportive actor deserve some fresh rumors right from the source? Very well. Know then that all went well, and the girl picked up the thread of fate where her mother left it. We have renewed the concord, and the cycle will resume. We found the girl to be much like her mother. We remembered and embraced the gift of the lake. She accepted the weight and agreed to pay the price. Offered her one of your special favors, didn't you, love? Yes. Haha, you guys are killing me. Be calm at our sanctuary, or we shall speak no more. Oh, pardon me. I just have this medical condition. You see, it makes me cringe and twitch when I hear crazy, and you guys are the craziest. When I gathered, the bird accepted no weight. Hard to fly with weight, see, and flying's all she wants, that one. No, my dear ladies. Fancy dress or no, she would have reached a prince or king or whatever she wanted. Much too driven and independent to be intimidated by titles, she is. She received our aid and succeeded. Not really, no. She was already a winner when you lot decided to have a little chat with her, and then another, and mess with her head and all her wit. But she's much too sharp, that one. So you ever thought maybe it was her who used you, love? Climbed your screams like a ladder to reach her own goal. Her blood called, and she responded. She performed rites and honored the lake. She's maturing, see. Memory means nothing then. In time she'll forget all about you and take you for a mirage or dream. Darn, I'm not so sure if you're aware of myself. You're mistaken, old man. Memory is everything. She will remember and honor the agreement just like her mother. Oh, poor woman, that one, eh? So wise, faithful, and devoted to your ways she was. Pity you didn't care that much for her. Some would call killing an ugly way of saying thanks. And not the nicest thing to do to someone who loved you so much, eh, gals? There aren't that many of those around anymore, am I right? Silence, begone, old snake. You haven't disturbed our domain for too long. Oh, impressive tricks, just like the olden days. Still have some bigger left in you. I see I must have hit your sweet spot. I always wondered why didn't any of the good kings chop your woods for forts and houses? Must have something to do with your charming personality, eh? You are now welcome here. We wish to be left alone. Well, don't worry. Say that your stinks, love, because soon no one will be disturbing you anymore, and you will be alone. All alone. These boots are made for walking. That's just what they'll do. I just earned a trophy that said that these boots are gonna walk on over you. Let's give the credit to those people. Finding happiness and freedom in her own birthplace was not meant to be for Cinders. Sick of her life and her stepmother's games, she decided that the only way to find peace is to escape the town and start her life over. Though her travels don't spare her hardships, she finds a sense of her newly found freedom invigorating and is ready to take whatever life throws at her. Not having any real friends, Cinders is forced to travel alone. She eventually joins a group of vagrants and lives a humble but free life. They wander from place to place, living on whatever the fate decides to grant them. She thinks of her old family sometimes, but receives no news about their circumstances. She can't help but wonder what happened to Lady Carmosha and her daughters. These moments of nostalgia quickly pass, though. When she realizes that she lives a new life now, one that would be impossible if she decided to stay. Finding happiness and freedom in her own birthplace was not meant to be for Cinders. So this is the end, right? I got to this ending. You have unlocked a new ending. Yeah, I literally left the whole situation. I was like, well, I'd be a perfect fit for the prince, but... For looking fabulous on the grand ball, you are awarded with the ball dress. Woo! Woo! For escaping to live the life of a traveler, you are awarded with the glass slipper. I'm like, yeah, I don't need no man. I don't need no man. Alright. Okay, you guys are here. That was the finale. Okay? Sorry it took so many months. If, I don't know, if I get views for this, I'll actually go through the other endings. I'll find them. Anyway, thank you.